In 1965, Dionne Warwick sang a song written by Burt Bacharach that began with the words, "What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of." And it was an instant hit. Recently, I heard someone talk about it, and he said that it had not been expected to do much because it was so hokey. But the timing of the song at that time, when America was in the midst of the Vietnam War, hit at just the right time. And it reminded me that timing has a lot to do with how we hear the things that are said to us and how we experience much in our lives. Jesus was a master at getting the timing just right. He knew just what to say and how to get his message across, but he also knew exactly when to speak, when to drop the bombshell on the people who he wanted to tell the real truth about what God expected from them as the chosen people of God. His timing is brilliant because they have witnessed his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, and he has already taken on the Pharisees' question about his authority after he has overthrown the tables of corrupt money changers, and after he has shot down the Sadducees who tried to trap him on the issue of Levitical law. That was meant to trip Jesus so that he could be thrown out of the temple, but Jesus was way beyond that. And so we come to this question about love. But it's not really a question about love. It's just another trap they're trying to spring on Jesus. In fact, the writer of Matthew tells us it's a trap. The people who are asking the question are the keepers of the law. They know the Torah backwards and forwards. They know the Shema that says clearly, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might." So they have no need to ask about the greatest commandment. Something is definitely wrong here, and Jesus knows it. And in a style that is so uniquely Jesus, he turns the tables back on them. You want to know about love? Let me tell you about real love. Real love is love that permeates your whole being. It is love that so fills your soul that you not only give it back to God, who is the source of love, but you can't help but live a life of love that is evident in everything that you do and say. In other words, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That's what I'm talking about. All around us there is evidence of a lack of love, and it is nowhere more evident, more recognizable than in the church. How can I say I love God, and with the love of God in my heart I pretend to be one thing with you when I am really thinking the opposite? It takes integrity and a true understanding of what it means to love as Christ loved, to have a real and appropriate relationship with one another. The love of God urges us on, and that same love is available to all of us. God offers us love freely, and the majesty of that love gives us courage to face all of life. It inspires integrity that keeps us honest and true in all things, and it enables us to build true and honest relationships that are appropriate to the particular situation. What the world needs now is love, rich and true and courageous and appropriately sweet love. It's not just for some. It's for everyone, because there is a never-ending source of love that comes from the divine fountain and fills us and renews us and empowers us to love God and neighbor. It doesn't matter how rich or how poor we are in the world. The work we do, the status we have, or our jobs are of no account. As Paul says, love never ends because God is eternal. And since God is love, love is eternal. So stand fast in the love of God, because no matter what else you may have or be, the greatest of it all is love. Thanks be to God.